Hello and welcome to Microfuturism, where we take one aspect of society and project its impact into the future. This episode will be about sports. Throughout history, sports has always been a competition of strength and speed, agility, hand-eye coordination. But in the future, that's not going to be how we compete. Things like esports today is an example of our progress moving forward. We will embrace this kind of competition and no longer need the use of physical attributes to compete. People that are born with a leg up, people that are taller, people that are stronger, people that are faster. In the future, we will embrace something more than just brawn. We will embrace brains. Our IQs will compete, something that esports already has a bit of. But in the future, as we embrace technology and we incorporate it more in our everyday use, we will also incorporate it into our sports. We will have things like neural implants where we can plug computers directly into our brains, where our neural impulses can compete one-on-one without any of the interference of our bodies getting in the way. Spectators will also be able to watch digitally, watch virtually as they plug into the audience's perspective. But how exactly will this work? Well, in the future, we're going to have digital realms entirely based on computers where the competitors, the athletes, can plug in directly and move around the virtual space with more free will, more freedom of movement, because the only thing that will limit us is our brains. This kind of competition will be as pure as it could possibly be. But this will only be one way that we embrace technology when it comes to sports. As we move forward and embrace technology, we will have more than just esports, more than just a digital realm to compete. We will still have physical competitions, but it won't be body versus body. It will be the things that we create. Things like an advanced version of BattleBots. Things where we build and things that we use our mind to construct new things because humanity loves building things. So as we move forward, we will have a more advanced level of BattleBots, something that will evolve through things like the movie Real Steel. We'll have things like humanoid-looking robots that compete and battle, and even more. We'll have things that look more like Transformers, things that evolve and things that can change throughout the battle, things that can use more weapons and be even more spectacular. Because in the future, we will have an even more advanced level of understanding when it comes to building, constructing, and using technology to compete. We will have giant arenas as big as deserts, where we have these giant mechanoid creations, these giant things almost like a Jaeger from Pacific Rim. We'll be able to plug in like the advanced version of esports, but instead of going digitally, we will go robotically and be able to compete with our brains through the physical realm of our mechanoid creations. We will compete in these giant arenas that span as vast as deserts, with giant spectacles and giant mechanoid creations. But also, as we are able to move into space, and as we are able to master the realm of space travel, we will have arenas in space, between worlds, where we are able to compete with these creations in a zero-gravity environment. Things like firefights with drones, where master strategists can lay out entire fleets of spaceships only for the purpose of game. We will have such a mastery over this technology that we will be able to build, battle, fight, compete, and then we will be able to reuse these spare parts into things that we can rebuild into new creations, new Jaegers, new real steel robots, things that we can have fun and battle each other as a form of sport. So enjoy your sports that we have today, because in the future we will have a much different level of competition.